It was a dark autumn night. The old banker was pacing from corner to corner of his study, recalling to his mind the party he gave in the autumn 15 years before. There were many clever people at the party and much interesting conversation. Talked, among other things, of capital punishment. The guests, among them not a few scholars and journalists, for the most part, disapproved of capital punishment. They found it obsolete as a means of punishment, unfitted to a Christian state, and immoral. Some of them thought that capital punishment should be replaced universally by life in prison. I don't agree with you, said the host. I myself have experienced neither capital punishment nor life imprisonment. But if one may judge a priori, then in my opinion, execution capital punishment is more moral and more humane than imprisonment. Kills instantly. Life imprisonment kills by degree. Who is the more humane executioner? One who kills you in a few seconds, or only who draws the life out of you incessantly for years? They're both equally immoral, remarked one of the guests, because their purpose is on being the same, to take away life. The state is not God. It has no right to take away that which it cannot give back if it should so desire. Among the company was a lawyer, a young man of about 20. Asked his opinion, he said, capital punishment and life imprisonment are equally immoral. But if I were offered the choice between them, I would certainly choose the second. It's better to live somehow than not to live at all. There ensued a lively discussion. The banker, who was then younger and more nervous, suddenly lost his temper, banged his fist on the table, and turning to the young lawyer, cried out, "It's a lie! I bet you 2 million you wouldn't stick in a cell even for 5 years." "If you mean it seriously," replied the lawyer, "then I bet I'll stay not 5, but 15. 50? Done!" cried the banker. "Gentlemen, I stake 2 millions. Agreed. You stake 2 millions. I my freedom," said the lawyer. So this wild, ridiculous bet came to pass. The banker, who at that time had too many millions to count, spoiled and capricious, was beside himself with rapture. During supper, he said to the lawyer jokingly, "Come to your senses, young roan, before it's too late. 2 millions are nothing to—" And now the banker, pacing from corner to corner, recalled all this and asked himself, why did I make this bet? What's the good? The lawyer loses 15 years of his life, and I throw away 2 millions. Will it convince people that capital punishment is worse or better than imprisonment for life? No, all stuff and rubbish. It was the caprice of a well-fed man, on the lawyer's pure greed of gold. By the agreement, he recollected further what happened after the evening party. It was decided that the lawyer must undergo his imprisonment under the strictest observation in a garden wing of the banker's house. It was agreed that during the period he would be deprived of the right to cross the threshold, to see living people, to hear human voices, and to receive letters and newspapers. He was permitted to have a musical instrument, to read books, to write letters, to drink wine and smoke tobacco. Could communicate, but only in silence, with the outside world through a little window specially constructed for this purpose. Everything necessary, books, music, wine, he could receive in any quantity by sending a note through the window. Agreement provided for all the minutest details, which made the confinement strictly solitary, and it obliged the lawyer to remain exactly 15 years from 12 o'clock of November 14th, 1870 to 12 o'clock of November 14th, 1885, the least attempt on his part to violate the conditions. To escape, if only for 2 minutes before the time freed the banker from the obligation to pay him the 2 millions,